My name is E.Scott Morris. I've been a footwear designer for probably about 26 years now. I've been in the industry. I've had the privilege to work for Reebok. I've worked for Nike. I worked for Under Armour, and now I do contract work with a company over in China called Anta. I have worked for Hasbro. I've designed toys. I'm actually an action figure.
He made himself into a toy.
They made me into a toy called Bulletproof. I'm out there. If you want to get me on eBay, I'm about $6 or $7. I'm cheap. I'm great. Got a high top fade and everything.
He's got for the kids.
Okay, great for the kids. Rated G for the kids. Right. It's all good.
Yes.
One of my other things is I have a stat that no one knows about that I love to share. I never missed a day of school from kindergarten to the 12th grade, so that's 5,282 days consecutively. I was there. Okay, so yeah, consistency is king in that particular regard. Fear drove it for me. It's another story. We'll talk about that another time.
To lead and influence the creative process through narrative, dialogue, and product design with emphasis on delivering efficient solutions. My objective is to be a contributor in the creative process, making connections, and collaborate with all the players in that process. The results should bring both inspiration and creativity to all. That is the mission statement of E.Scott Morris, and he is who we are talking about today on BHM Chronicle, Title 4. All right, so we are here talking about E.Scott Morris. This man has accomplished a lot. I mean, not just footwear, but just in life in general. I mean, he graduated from North Chicago Community High School in 1984, went to Michigan State University, the Spartans, graduated from there, Bachelor of Studio Art and Creative Design in 1989. He was in the Marines. He went to Desert Storm. I mean, he was pretty decorated. He got Naval Achievement Medal, 91. It's the 5th highest honor in the Marine Corps. He got it for teamwork in a combat environment. We got the Southwest Asia Campaign Medal for service with the 4th Marine Division, 5th Motor Transport Battalion, Providence, Rhode Island during Desert Shield/Desert Storm, 90-91. He was honorably discharged in June of 1993. His final rank was a Sergeant of Marines. Then we get into the shoes. I mean, started He started with Reebok from 90 to 98, designed a lot of shoes, some of which you'll see today. I mean, the highlights would probably be the Shaq 4, the Shaq 6, or the Reebok Preacher as it's better known, the Emmitt Smith, the ES22. There's another Reebok shoe he designed that kind of looked old school. Can't think of the name of it. It starts with a T, and it's got like a pull tab in the back. But I know he designed those. Then, you know, after 8 years with Reebok, 98 goes over to Nike. Held a couple of different titles with Nike. Whew. I mean, from 98 to 14, he was a part of the core performance team. Also held the title of design manager. I mean, this dude revamped the whole Nike cleated business. Came with the Blade, the Superbad, the Land Shark, Speed TD series, the Vapor 08 cleat. I remember that being a big deal. He designed all of the Vicks, all of Michael Vick's signature shoes. He designed LaDainian Tomlinson's shoe. Albert Pujols had a signature. He took the cleated business from 58 million to 168 million. Or I should say he had a huge hand in it. That's in 6 years' time. I mean,
all right.
That's a lot, you know. And as a design manager, he always had a focus on creating true performance footwear that was between $55 and $85. You know, everybody can't afford $150 or $200 shoe. So much props on that as well. Man, it's been with Under Armour for the last 6 years. Senior creative director of footwear design. It's with Anta as senior design director and core performance. So just all over the place. And now I'm gonna show y'all some of my favorite E.Scott Morris designs.
My name is E.Scott Morris. I was a Reebok designer, worked with Reebok from 1991 to 1998. What a wonderful time for basketball. I was not the best player, okay? I can honestly say that on camera, but I love the sport. The game to me really means what I call the beauty of movement, but there's an expression that comes from players. As a designer, it was trying to bring those expressions into the product and kind of manifest it so that people could pick a product up and try to get a feeling at the time for what basketball was like. The barbershop being the hotbed of culture, you know, at that time, it's what made Reebok basketball become culturally connected to Boston. If you didn't get the culture part first, you weren't going to actually get the authenticity from players, and you weren't going to really get a real consumer. The expression was always, I'm tougher than you, I'm lighter than you, I'm faster than you, I have layers, right? I have a trash talk game, but I got a legit quiet come after you game. I can put my show in front of you and cross over and just blow you out, but I can also come back and have some fundamentals that catch you and blow you away. So it was trying to take all of those things, right? And I think that's what Reebok basketball was giving a lot of those players at the time. It was, you don't have to be in the norm of the other brands and just kind of get in line. It was like, your expression is allowed to be opened and exposed. And they were like, I want that.
So we're going to go back to his time with Reebok first with this wonderful shoe. This is the Reebok Shaq Attack 4. This was worn by Shaquille O'Neal in the 1994-95 NBA season with the Orlando Magic. And I mean, these are just amazing shoes.
All right, gentlemen, let's have some big clean basketball.
Shaq brings up the ball, passes to Shaq in the corner, feeds it to Shaq in the post, who's got Shaq all over it. Wow, what a matchup this is going to be.
Shaq, get in for Shaq. You guys, big good-looking guy.
It's rejected. Back the other way. Blocked. Back the other way. Blocked again.
There's a souvenir for a lucky fan.
And at the half, we are tied at 0.
Man, these guys can play. Yeah, no.
You go into the outsole here, you've got the Dunkman logo, you've got your Reebok, you've got a herringbone traction, you've got an articulated midsole with the Reebok Vector, you've got this back strap for added support, you've got this pump right here, you've got the Dunkman logo on the tongue and another Reebok Vector at the toe. I mean, this shoe just screams. Like, I feel like I'm in 8th grade again looking at this shoe. It's just a beautiful shoe. Oh, okay, I wasn't sure if I still had this. I still have the actual pump to make it pump, and it has Shaq branding on it, as well as Reebok branding right there. Like, that's, you know, that's a beautiful thing right here. Took the insole out for y'all so y'all can see better. You got the Dunkman logo there. So, just a wonderful shoe. This is the 2014 retro. This isn't the original pair from 95. I did not have them back then, but, you know, a great design by E.Scott Morris. Whew.
Emmett Smith of Dallas. Don Cornelius, I come to ask you a favor. Don Cornelius, it's time for me to make a movie.
What kind?
Kind where I take on the bad guys and bust some heads.
Oh, a documentary.
Yeah, the Emmett Zone.
The Emmett what?
The Emmett Zone.
Whatever. Take the oath.
This is my planet. Yeah.
That's one bad mother.
Shut your mouth.
I was talking about Emmett.
The next shoe by E.Scott Morris is the Reebok ES22. This is Emmitt Smith's signature shoe from the 1996 NFL season. This, the Reebok Preacher, which is the Shaq 6, and the Question all favor each other greatly. It's disappointing that Reebok has only brought this shoe back one time, and this retro here is from 2012. So you got the Reebok 22 on the back. You've got your Vector in the middle here. You've got the Hexalite here and here. You've got Reebok branding on the tongue. And you have Reebok branding on the insole. See, it says Hexalite right there. And again, I mean, these were pretty sought after. I mean, these came out when I was in 10th grade. So these came out same time as the Air Jordan 12, the Reebok Question, the Shaq Reebok Preacher, the Zoom 96, or say the Zoom Flight 96, the Penny 2. Like, that was a really nice, wasn't as good as the year before, but it was still a really nice time for sneakers. And I remember this shoe being a big deal and a lot of people wanting it. So much love and props to E.Scott Morris for another wonderful design that I personally love to wear.
Are we witnessing a football phenomenon right before our very eyes? We all hold our breaths and vicariously go with him every play, hoping that he'll do something amazing. Whether it be video games, toys, licensed jerseys, or collectibles, Mike Vick is the new must-have component in order for fans to feel what the game of football is transforming into. The fans have found a hero to believe in, read about, and root for. Now, when it comes to Mike Vick, simply put, Mike Vick is the future of quarterbacks, if not the future of the game itself. How did Nike approach it? How will Nike approach it? Once again, we'll take a look at Mike Vick's insights about speed, movement, instinct, and from a series of conversations and revealing dialogue, create a product that not only takes him farther and faster, but becomes a continuing installment of the world's greatest product for the game's most explosive and unexpected player, Mike Vick. Hopefully that tells you how we get started.
So now we move on to E.Scott Morris's time with Nike with this beautiful shoe right here.
Had the privilege to come to Nike, and in my Nike time, really having the opportunity to work with Mike Vick exclusively. Other athletes as well, but really he was a big turning point for me in my career. So, like I said, here I am almost 26 years later.
The Nike Zoom Vic 1.
It took 3 to 4 months to design each shoe. We used to take 15 different shoes, so I would take maybe 3 pairs of Jordans, 3 pairs of Adidas, 3 pairs of Reeboks, and we would just pull from each one of them. It was impromptu, it was whatever we thought, was best suited for the shoe to make it both agile on the field and in regular cross training.
The Vic 1. What do you remember most about that design process, with this being your first shoe?
My favorite, I wanted a high top shoe. I wanted something different. I wanted to break the mold in terms of style and what it looked like. I wanted the strap. A lot of the Jordans was coming out, a couple of them had a strap on them. Like, listen, let's try to mimic that or duplicate it in some way, shape, or form. But at the same time, don't overdo it. Keep it clean, keep it classy, and that's where the check just came from.
I love this shoe. Now, I have not worn it in some years. On one of the shoes, just from age, I think one of the strap clips fell off. Yeah, one of the strap clips fell off of this one. But, these still appear to be wearable. I'm just so worried that because these are from 2003, that they may crumble. I'm not really sure. This looks like a Phyline midsole, but again, these are beautiful. I'm probably going to break these out at some point soon. So, you've got the Michael Vick 7 right there. You've got a turf-friendly bottom. I don't know if you could wear these in the actual regular grass. I probably wouldn't, but I'm sure he had a cleated version of this beautiful shoe here. My favorite thing about these is the strap on the back that says "Be Unexpected." Mike Vick number 7. It's got Vick on the pull tab. You got Michael Vick's signature right here. And you've got Zoom Air right here. You've got the Vick 7 logo right here with another 7 right here. Nike branding here. Just a beautiful shoe. Nothing on the insole, but I mean, this shoe is so raw, you don't even need anything on the insole. These are beautiful. Oh, man. I mean, I know y'all probably tired of me gushing over these shoes, but again, I just love shoes. And, I've had these since 2003. Back in the day, I used to wear these with a white Mike Vick jersey that was a size 60, because that's how it was back then. I have a red one now that I think is a 52 or a 56. So when I wear these, which will be soon, even though football season is so far away, I'm going to wear these soon with this jersey. So again, E.Scott Morris.
And getting into the 2, which was another stylish shoe that people enjoyed.
It was urban wear. It was crossing over AI with Reebok with the answer type of feel. And I give Nike a lot of credit because they made it an extraordinary cleat.
So then we come with the Vic 2. This is an original pair from 2004. Another really nice shoe. I'll admit that I didn't like these as much as I did the 1, but I liked them enough to definitely cop. Didn't really wear these a whole lot just because the colorway I really wanted was just the black. They were black and red. I want to say this part was black, but this part was red. This wasn't really the colorway I wanted initially. Still in wearable shape. The only big noticeable thing is there's some chipping here on this kind of strap sleeve here.
Welcome to the Michael Vick experience.
Keep your hands and feet in the harness.
Please rest your helmet. Chair.
Do it. Enjoy the ride.
Yeah! Whoa! Whoa! Yeah!
Welcome to my ride. Before the fun starts, here's a few tips. Remember, push up in the pocket zone, 7 step correct chin strap. Be sure to check your extra seat.
Urlacher and Brooks showing blitz. Vick takes the snap. Vic slides around the pocket. Pressure's got him. He's going to keep it. Streak to the outside. Lowry out for the safety. Vic's putting across the 50. Making the 40. Gets away from trouble. Out of the block. Races into open field. Gets the foot race. Vic slices down to the 20. One man beat.
Well, that's not in the playbook, but it should be.
But not really a big deal. On the other side, it's like perfectly fine, but this is the only part of the shoe really showing its age. I really wanted that color, but for whatever reason, I could not find them in 11, 11 and a half, or 12. I was able to find these. So, you know, I rock with them. And I mean, they're cool. It's just this white toe, you know, all the creases and stuff are going to show. So that's why I wanted the black and red pair.
We are really blessed. We started talking about the concept of opposites, right? How are we going to make a product that looks clear at high speeds and is blurry when he's standing still? So we started down that process, and we were thinking, you know what? He is lightweight power. He is that motorcycle amongst cars. He is literally that lightning bolt, right? You know, he's got precision like a machine, but he's got the natural power like a big cat, right? This guy can go. Jason Maiden, my good friend, fellow designer, he did the logo. And he was like, hey, let's make sure that logo pops. So I'm chasing the idea, thinking about what I think, you know, it could be. We think, maybe we should go with shocks. But then we realize after we do it, you know what, we did some testing, maybe Zoom Air is better for him, get him down low to the ground. So we start, you know, doing more sketching, more thinking, and what is it that he really needs, because it's about him. Ultimately, we do decide that Zoom Air is the best way to go. It's the most responsive. We definitely wanted to get the blower in there, get some air intake. Yeah. And before we knew it, we started getting closer, right? And starting to get the feel of what we thought Vic 2 would be. But what people didn't realize is my client also is a very smart guy. You just don't understand his style of smart. And so again, we got to the initial concept. Mike, what do you think? He said, I love it. I said, well, if you like it, sign it. So he signs it, right? And then of course, boom, bam, and there we are.
But getting into the shoe, you know, you've got the turf bottom with the Zoom Air, the swoosh. You got Michael Vick's signature on the tongue. You've got a Michael Vick 7 right here by this vent. You've got another Vick 7 on the back. You've got a Vick 7 here right above the air bubble. Another really good one.
You know, all the people at Nike in the design process that time, E.Scott Morris, he was at the top of his game right then. And the first two I kind of set back on. It was the three that I really got involved in. I wanted to run faster. I felt like I was going into my 5th year. I was in my prime. I wanted to move fast. I wanted to be different. I wanted to be unique. I wanted to rush for 1,000 yards. And I'm like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it in this shoe. This is the one we're gonna make it happen in. So E.Scott was like, what we gonna do? We're gonna strap him up and make him tighter. So that's where the strap came from. Another crowd pleaser, and I think we got that out of the shoe.
So next, we have the Nike Zoom Vic 3. These are from, well, this specific shoe is from 2016. This is a retro, but this style was Michael Vick's shoe for the 2005 NFL season. He was still with the Falcons. I never got to own these as an original. I always wanted the white, black, and red one with the writing, the crazy stuff all over the strap. But I just never ended up picking them up. So once they retroed, I was like, I'm getting these. And don't think I've really worn these, but maybe once or twice, because that bottom is in really good shape. So you've got, you know, your turf bottom. It's been articulated slightly different. You got that Vic through the ice. That's nice. I like that with the little baby Nike swoosh there. You've got this tongue with this grid. I kind of like that too. It's easier to just pull it on if you're actually going to go train in these. Now there isn't anything on the insole, but you've got Nike on the pull tab. You've got Nike branding here. You've got a Michael Vick 7 right there in that bubble. You've got his signature at the toe. You've got a Michael Vick 7 on this strap. And you've got the word Vick on this strap. And on the other side, it says, the athlete with the most vision, confidence, and power to dominate. And again, these are good looking shoes. I hate that I didn't get the colorway that I wanted. Oh, it also says Zoom Air right there. But again, these are really good shoes. I have definitely worn these not a whole lot, but you know, these are also comfortable. They're still not the one. I love that Vic one. It was just a damn near perfect shoe. So. Then we rounded off with the Air Max LT21, this is LaDainian Tomlinson's signature shoe from 2008, the Air Max LT21. You've got 21, which was LaDainian Tomlinson's number with the Chargers, his signature, his lightning bolt logo. I always liked that logo. I always thought it was cool. You've got Max Air in the heel. I'm not sure if there's any Air Max in the forefoot, but, you know, you've got a, that's neat. You've got a turf bottom. These little circles kind of remind me of the Jason Kidds. You've got Nike on the tongue. You've got Nike on the menial side here. And the patent leather on the toe. Kind of got free action going here too. This is kind of neat. It kind of reminds me of how the Huarache 2K4 is. So, you know, I've had a lot of these shoes for a long time, but since we're focusing on E.Scott Morris's designs, it's really given me a chance to go back and really look at some of these shoes and how well they were designed. So, really appreciate E.Scott Morris, not only for designing these shoes, but to be a good role model for people out there that, hey, if you really go at it and you really focus on your creativeness that's inside you, you could really do anything. I mean, this dude has accomplished Marines, with Reebok, with Nike, with Under Armour, with Anta. He's a public speaker, and he's approachable enough where he and I have actually had a few dialogues and Instagram comments. So, you know, that means a lot too, because a lot of these people that are elevated like he is act like they can't talk to people. So, you know, I really appreciate him, and I appreciate you for watching this video. So make sure and like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram if you already aren't, at ShortyC94. Please be blessed in this still fairly new year, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.